Hello. So my speech today is on empathy. In our world today, we've come to a point where the divide between us and our natural environment is extreme. The media reports political divides, economic discourse, and often natural disasters. But we have one thing that is worth saving, something that bridges the gap. That connects people who are disconnected. Empathy. It is the foundation and the pillar of a better world because our ability to empathize is our greatest currency. Empathy is a psychological trait and tool that we are born with. Our ability to use and practice empathy connects us, our culture, and our health. Our ability, we all have the ability to connect. How do we choose to use it? Empathy is a trait we are born with. I'm starting with this because we should know that we are on the same playing field. No one is really born with an advantage or disadvantage over others. Because at birth, you're given a few tools in your life, God-given birthrights. Empathy is psychological. It's not necessarily a tangible physical material, and I'll get into this later because this is what makes it so valuable. But at birth, no matter the circumstance, you're given a chance. So in the media, when the majority politics are in disagreement, we find ourselves without empathy. And this means everyone. Because you can't have one side of a political party divided without having both sides be divided. So Muriel Sokoff writes a New York Times article about Pharrell Williams' Celebrity Masterclass on empathy. And she goes on to note an empathy train, which is something that Americans have recently boarded. But the key of Pharrell's masterclass isn't about making a profit. Empathy as a currency is an unlimited resource. Imagine you run into your favorite celebrity. Now, before I idolize this person, empathy is about how your idol and yourself are not different. Because the disconnect in celebrity culture is the divide between a normal person and a normal person. When empathy is used as a currency, we take away our equality. And in that way, one person will have more than one person who will not. So even in the media, even in our politics, our birthright, empathy, can be the guiding light and the North Star to steer us from right and wrong. Our mistake was letting us build a class system, a ladder, where we would have to leave each other behind. Empathy, by definition, is meant to give us a world where we are equal. American politics talk about the Trump administration, often on Trump's tariffs or deportation efforts, things that divide American people and non-Americans. But empathy, you'll note, is about understanding. Reddit user Eloise First notes that in a world this harsh, having empathy is overwhelming. I regularly struggle with this and shy away from exploration of empathetic feelings because it hurts. Empathy is a trait we must learn together because the divide between us and people is the root cause of our problems. As a united front, if we can understand each other, if we can listen and learn, our natural problems will cease to exist. And this may take some time, though I believe how long it takes is up for us to decide. The Stanford Encyclopedia defines empathy as a wide range of psychological capabilities. And note that empathy is our ability to be capable. And though my speech was intended to inform, my motive was to solve a problem. And I wonder if by the end of this speech that problem will be solved. But I know that my ability to empathize, to connect, to share, and to learn will pave the way. And maybe one day, looking back on this speech, we'll see how far we've come. Because if empathy is our key, we can open any door. We can solve any problem. And the question is, where do we start?